Alright, how's everyone doing today? Just setting things up here, and then we should be good to go. We have a few things to add to our game, and then, yeah, I think we're wrapping it up today. Hey Bob, hey Trevin, hey Jan, how are you guys? Hey Robert, you didn't miss anything. Okay, so we have these things right here that I'm highlighting to do. Um, Let me know if you guys can read this, if I'm zoomed in enough. And then we can get started. Cool. So these two are going to be a little bit weird to do. Actually, I should mention before we get started, today's our last master class. And last time I know we voted on making Mario, but I actually don't see that happening now just because this is our last class. And I think I started working on these a little bit, and I think they might take us a little bit longer than I originally expected. But we will be having summer camps, and during those summer camps we can definitely try to make Mario. And we'll probably have more time as well, so we can make a pretty cool Mario with not just one level and hopefully some cool functionality. Okay, but so the weird thing that I found with P5, or at least this app, is in an actual Minesweeper game, like the one on Google that we've been using as a reference, if you right click then you place a flag down. But the problem with our app is if you right click then you get this control panel, save image, copy image, you get the browser's right click functionality. So we need to figure out a way to lay flags down. And laying flags down is the actual logic behind it is not difficult. But we just need to find a mouse function, a key function that's not right click, I guess. And P5 does allow you to use right click. I tried doing it down here by just doing mouse button equals left and mouse button equals right. But like I said, the problem is when you right click, we do get this. Yeah, I was thinking that, Bob. Do you know the mouse function for shift click? Because I think that'd definitely be a good key function to use. But then, so then our next thing, the flood fill at the beginning I have a few workaround ideas, but they're not the greatest. Because in a normal Minesweeper game, your board isn't, your mines aren't placed until your first click. And the reason that happened, the reason it's programmed that way, and I should have thought of this at the beginning, is because you don't want to click on a mine as your first click. You want to click on one of these empty spaces. You want to click on a 0, because then it will trigger your flood fill. Oh, right. Okay, let's try that, Bob. I like that idea. So anyways, the problem is that we created our game, we created our board first and laid out all the mines before even clicking. So our board is generated, and all the mines are generated in their places before we even click. So we're going to have to think of a workaround. I was thinking that we could do something like in our mouse press, have this global variable move, set it to 0, and if move is equal to 0, in other words, if it's the first move, then we'll just loop through until we find a neighbor count that's 0, and then we'll just flood fill at that 0 right there. And it's not going to be, it might look a little odd because we might click down here, and then it will reveal up here or something, because it's going to cycle through this way. But unfortunately, that's just, we're a little bit too far into the game to change it, to generate it after the first click. I don't think we have a lot of time today, or I don't think we'll have enough time today to cover everything if we do that. So I think let's just get started with these flags. Oh, and then obviously we still have to make it so you can win. We've definitely made it so you can lose. Okay, so what I did is I just created this.flag equals false in our function cell, because it's going to be a property of each cell, just like how we created a mine property, and how we created a neighbor count property, and we created a reveal property. So just type this.flag equals false. Can we just change our layout till a flood fill works? What do you mean by that? What's wrong, Robert? They have something about right click. It's actually about Minesweeper. Do you want to put the link in the chat? Yeah, if you found something, Robert, go ahead and put the link there, and we can look at it. Huh. It's not showing up on my screen. I can show you. This is what my chat looks like. Maybe links are blocked. Let me check. I'll just look it up. Is this the right link, Robert? Reveals the cell and right click. It's supposed to flag the cell using this function. Yeah, that's what we're doing. But the problem is that because our right click is doing something else already in our browser, it's triggering this instead of what we want to do in our game. But I'm actually curious. How come in here we can do it? Okay, I'll try that using that variable instead. Okay, so if mouse button right, then then if right is equal to true, I'll just set the background to black. That worked. Cool. Thank you, Robert. You still get this little thing. I don't know how to get rid of how to stop that from happening, but awesome, let's do this. Thank you, Robert, for finding that link. Oh, that could be helpful. That would definitely make our game much cleaner. This is working. But again, it still shows this panel. Okay, okay. Okay, sure, yeah, send that. I'll log into the type file. Awesome, thank you. Let me find it. Oops. Okay, I got the link. Okay, so oh, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm just reading through it. Did you add anything, Jan? Sorry, I didn't mean for anyone to add any code yet. I'm just testing out this right-click thing to see if we can implement flags. Okay, I'm gonna finish reading this. Oh, this seems... I think we should maybe just use another key. We don't have a lot of time, and we want to finish this game. Okay, so... Okay. Have you guys used shift click before? Can it recognize? I don't know if it can recognize two keys at the same time, but maybe a key and a mouse can. Let's try. Okay. Let me get rid of all this. Alright. Yeah, I think the problem here is we just want something quick, because we've already spent 30 minutes on this. Almost 30 minutes. And we still have 3 things to get through. So, let's just, let's try the shift click. I guess we can try to do it in here. If key is down. What is it? Or, what's 16? Alright. I'm holding shift, clicking. No. Maybe if we do it before. No, I'm just trying things out, Robert. And then once we get something that works. I think we're just gonna have to make a new function. If um, or if, so function key press if key code equals what's I'll just try shift. And then we'll want to do all this. Minus this. Let's see, in our reveal function, say reveal is true, and then here, if it's revealed, okay, and then if this, it doesn't have to be revealed for our flag, key pressed in here, then let's just say dot flag equals true. Okay, so now I'll try shift. No. Okay, if key code is equal to shift, well, I'm just gonna test if that's even working first. No, that's not even working. Can I just do it with the number? Hmm. No, not yet. Not having much luck with this. I can't even get the key code to work. It's key pressed, right? I'll look it up. Key pressed. Oh, do I have to say value? Value is not defined. Key code. No, I had it right. Key typed. If key is equal to nothing. Huh. This is frustrating. This should be easy. Isn't it just like any button but in the innermost if statement you check? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. So instead of using this function altogether, are you saying put mouse pressed inside a key pressed? What did you do, Bob, to get yours working? I guess we could do the key is down. The first one worked for you? Oh, that's working. That's good. It didn't work for me. Okay, well, I'm gonna try throwing all this in here now. Okay, that's working. Let's see. Now we need to get this flag to work. Okay, maybe let's just try this. Okay, so also I hope everyone add this. So I have in my function cell, I created a new data member. This dot flag equals false. Um, okay, yeah. Sorry, haven't really explained what we're trying to do right now. We're just trying to make a visual of flags like these flags here. And all I was trying to do there was come up with a way to a key to use to trigger those flags. Now we're typing. Yeah, we're typing now. Oh, awesome, Jan, you're ahead of the game. Okay, so we got that, and then in our show, because all these flags just are visuals, really. But eventually we'll be, because I'm pretty sure if you win, or if you have all the proper mines flagged, and then you get to the end of the board, then it recognizes those flags. So we'll have to implement that in our winning, in the function we create for a win. And then, so yeah, so in our function show right here, I said if this dot flag, so if flag is true, then we want to show a flag. But I'm actually just gonna do background 0 to see if it's working, because I wasn't able to get a flag to show. Oh, that worked. Awesome. So it's something wrong with my actual flag. So we have, I filled it and then I made a rectangle. Should we just use like a, is there a flag emoji? Let's try and see. I think there is a flag emoji. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do this off screen. Emoji. What's the website? Get emoji or something? Yeah, get emoji. Okay. Oh wait, are there emojis in the new app? Yeah, there is. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, flag. We can. Oh, cool. Thank you, Robert. I will use that. So, does that work? Please work. No, it doesn't. Oh, it's working. Cool. I'm putting flags now. Yay. Okay. Obviously, we have to fix when you're able to put flags down, right? But the important thing is okay, we make our first click. Oh, that's something we need to fix as well. Okay, and now we can put flags down. Cool. Yeah, we should be adding stuff. So it looks like everyone has this flag variable, and now go down to your function show, and then in your if this dot neighbor count is greater than 0, copy this stuff here, and then right here I'll just type it out again. I'll type it with you guys. So you guys shouldn't have this line of code yet. You can't find your show function. It says cell.prototype.show equals function. It's a member function of our cell class. Or function, sorry. So I'm going to say inside this, so right above this ending curly bracket, I'm going too fast? Okay, sorry, I'll slow it down. So I got excited that we made progress. So we just made this in function cell. We said this dot flag equals false, and then I went down to cell.prototype.show equals function, and outside of this dot revealed if statement, we type if this dot flag. So in other words, if the flag is true, then we can take what we have in neighbor count right here, take these 3 lines of code, copy them, paste them in here, and this if statement for if this dot flag, and we can actually get rid of this fail right here. And then this first parameter right here in our text, we can delete, do quotes, copy the flag that Robert put it in the chat, paste it right there, and that's all we need to do. And I'll put it in the chat again, the flag, if you need to copy it. And then if you click into your game, then you should be able to put flags now. Or, sorry, not yet, because I still need to give you guys the keys down code. And sorry, we should add one more thing in this parameter, one more obvious thing, and say and not this dot revealed. Does that work in JavaScript? Let's see. Okay. Awesome, that worked. Yay. I guess we should only have 10 flags as well, right? So we'll fix that too. We can just use a global variable for that. Save time. Alright, so let me know when everyone has this right here. And don't worry, you shouldn't be able to see flags yet. I'm just one step ahead. Okay, Robert's got it. Everyone else, how you doing? I guess we could add a flag. Sorry, I'll scroll away from that. Yeah, we'll fix that. Unless you want it that way, but that wouldn't make sense, because you want to have flags equal to the number of mines. Oh, cool, everyone's got it. Okay, so actually right here, let's say var flags equals total mines. Now let's do that in setup. So right here, before we create canvas, or yeah, just in function setup, type var flags equals total mines. Or, but then it won't be global. Sorry. Let's do var flags, and then flags equals total mines. No check lets you have as many as you want. Oh, you want to have infinite flags? What do you guys want? Infinite flags or flags equal to the number of mines? In this one, you get 10 flags because there's 10 mines. Oh, also, you guys on your own time should add a timer. That's really easy. Just make your grid a little bit bigger and put a little timer up here. You can put, ooh, yeah. So, I know, Jan, you put a lot of time into your UI. You should add maybe another row right here that has a panel that shows the amount of flags that you have, a timer, and what is this? I guess that's it. So you can have the amount of flags that you have, and it changes every time you add a flag, and then you can have the timer that's constantly going up. That'd be cool. So okay, Trevin says flags equal to amount of mines. So then in that case, above function setup, we have var flags, and then inside we say flags equals total mines. Right? And then, and let me know if I need to go back to that. So then we'll go back to our function show. We have so much code it's hard to find all of our functions. Sorry, actually we'll do that in here. So next step, now we want to go to function draw, and I said if key is down 32, and this is just our workaround to finding another key. So I did it in function draw. It's not ideal, but we're just gonna go with it. So function, I said if key is down, and I use space, which is 32. And I think you guys all know keycode.info. So if you want to use another key, maybe you can do F for flags. And then inside that if statement, we can copy this code that we have in mouse pressed right here. So copy these for loops and mouse press. Copy these two for loops, these two right here, and then we'll paste them inside if key is down. And we also want if grid ij contains. So copy all of this, and I'll even put it in the chat. and then there should be 1, 2, 3 closing. So if you just want to copy it for the chat or through your game, either works. And then we'll paste it into in the if statement. If key is down, and then inside this if statement, if grid ij.contains, then we just set our flag equal to true. And then I'm going to add one more thing right here. I'm going to say flags minus equals 1. So then now we should only get 10 flags. Oh no, because we have one more thing to add in our if statement. Alright, I'll go over everything again. From the very top, in our function cell, we said this.flag equals false. We created a data member. We created a variable for our flag for each cell. And then we went down to function show, and we said if this.flag is true and this.revealed is false, then we created this text right here with the flag. And then we went all the way down to function setup, wherever that is, function setup, and we made a global variable called flags. We set flags equal to the total mines variable inside setup, and then we went down to function draw. We said if key is down 32, then we looped through all the common rows of our grid and said if that whatever cell where our mouse is over contains mouse X, mouse Y, then we set that cell equal to true, that cell's flag equal to true, and then we subtract 1 from our global variable flags. Then we have one more step after that. And also I should mention, I got this for loop, these 2 for loops, from our mouse pressed function. It's essentially doing the same thing, except instead of revealing what's under this card, we're putting a flag on top of it. You can think of all these cells like cards. If we click on the card, it will flip over and reveal what's under it. In this case it was 1. But we also added, we're now implementing a flag that we can just place on top of our card without revealing the card. And that's exactly what Minesweeper here is doing. The flag doesn't have any penalty. There's no penalty to putting a flag down, because you're not actually revealing anything. There's only a penalty at the end of the game if you have a flag over something that's not a mine. Okay, yeah. As usual, just submit your code if you have an error that you can't figure out on your own. You can't place flag. Okay, yeah, just you guys can submit your code. I have the type form open up, so. Yeah, I went through that a little quickly. I'm sorry, guys. I think I was just excited that we came up with a workaround. So, we can sort through all the errors. We have an hour. We have an hour. We're basically done with flags once we fix all these errors. Then we need to do a winning state, and then we should flood fill at the start, or we can flood fill at the start next. This is gonna be the hardest one, flood filling at the start, just because of the way that we generated our grid. But I guess we'll try it, because I think you guys can do win on your own. It's just a function that says if the only remaining cells have mines, then you win. So basically, if you just loop through your whole grid, and then if everything that's revealed is not a mine, so basically if neighbor count, or no, other way around, just say if mine equals false, and then you get up to the, actually we might have to write this down. But anyways, definitely something that you guys could figure out without me. But ideally we finish this all before the class ends, since this is our last class. We could just reload the setup till we have one where the flood fill works. You mean as in just playing until you get a flood fill? Or do you mean actually reprogram the function setup? Or have it revealed in function setup at the start? Okay, I'll look at your code now. Okay, it looks like Bob's submitted his first, so I will look at his. Alright, so first off, you have this dot mine equals false. Twice. I think you want this to say flag. And then in your show, oh, what's happening here? Okay, I'm gonna guess that this is something that you're working on your own. So we need down here a new if statement. That says if the flag is true and it's not revealed. I'll put that into the chat. But first step, you need to change your cell to, okay, cool, you got that. And now put in your show, put this if statement that I just put in the chat right here after your line 92 curly bracket. Okay, and I'll start pulling up Trevin's code. Okay, cool. Trevin's got. So I have your code on the screen now, Trevin. This dot flag equals false. Good. Now we go down to show. Get rid of this space right here, Trevin. On line 109, get rid of the space between the exclamation mark and this. Our flags 9's good. And then you draw if key is down. Grid contains. Okay, and now inside here, Trevin, or I'll wait for you to catch up. Let me know when you got rid of that space. And now I'm back looking at Bob's code. Sorry if I'm rushing, guys. Okay, cool, you got this down. So now you need to go function setup. We want to say var flags, just like I have right here. right above function setup. Var flags, and then inside you want to say flags equals total mines. So var, let's see if we got that. Oh, not yet. Var flags, and then flags equals total mines. Cool, Trevin's got it. So I'll go back to your code, Trevin. And now, inside your function draw on line 177, you want to say this. Oh, you're going to do unlimited flags? That's cool. So then, in that case, you want to go down. So delete. Oh, you should be good then. Let's see if this works. Or I'm going to copy your code into a new project. And then Trevin, did yours work? Tell me when you have this added and if it works. Oh, you fixed yours, Yon? Awesome. Line 209. This goes. Alright, I'll pull yours up in a second. Trevin. Bob, you just had a curly bracket right here. Delete this curly bracket in your function draw, and then you should be good. And then, yeah, your flags are working now. So you had an extra curly bracket here, that's all. Okay, now I'm going to pull up yours, Trevin. Okay, I have yours now up here, Trevin. Let's see if we can find the issue. And then so it looks like you're using spacebar as well. I think yours is working, man. You just gotta hover over it and click space. Yeah, looks good. Oh, but you're still not. Ooh, that's another thing we have to fix. Okay, glad we found that. Shouldn't be hard. Okay, how's everyone doing? Anyone else have any bugs or issues? is it because your game hasn't been started yet? You have to click into your canvas and then you can do it. How do you get? I'm not sure, Robert. I think you're gonna have to look that up. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that. I'd have to put more time into it that we don't really have right now. Awesome, Yana. I'm happy to hear that. How will we delete the flags? Yeah, we're gonna have to think of something for that, because you're right. You want to be able to take them off as well. Didn't think about that. So I guess we can say how do you make it? If you make an if statement, okay, we could try that. In here, if this dot flag, yeah, it's not really ideal though to. We don't want to just print something on top of it. Yeah, that's true, Jan, but the flag still technically exists. And we don't, because in this Minesweeper, you put a flag down, you should be able to take it off like that without having to actually click it. Okay, but actually, before we get into that, let's just add one more thing right here that limits the amount of flags we can use. So we also want to say flags is greater than or equal to 0, and so now it did not work. Wait, flags is where are we subtracting it? Did we subtract it? Did I forget to subtract it? I think so. I swear I wrote minus equals 1. Okay, well anyways, then in this key is down, we want to say flags minus equals 1. And now let's try. Oops. Reload that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Oh, because we're in function draw. This is why function draw is very annoying. Yeah, that's actually a bad method because we can keep subtracting. So I'll get rid of this. I think we want to actually make a value in here. flag count. Oh, this is proving to be harder than I thought it would be. Flag count equals what do we call mines? The amount of my total mines. So I'm gonna delete this. So flag count equals total. You guys can follow along if you want, but I'm just testing things out. So now we want to say in our show, yeah, but so I'm gonna go over all. If I can get something to work, then I'll go over all of it. So then we'll say flag count. No. Ugh. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how we can limit the amount of flags, because we just made it as more of a visual. Maybe if we just said if flag count, so if we hit 0 flags, where you add the flags, you can check whether the flag is there already or not. And add or delete it. Okay, yeah. You don't need to limit the number of flags, just don't end the game until all the empty spaces are revealed. Okay, yeah, I guess we could do it that way. So we don't dwell too long on that. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Yeah, so then I guess we just won't do this flag count for now. And we'll do it Bob style with unlimited flags. So let me see. Okay, so yeah, you guys can get rid of all those variables that we used to track mine count. So then we're gonna, so where we're adding the flags, so if this is a flag and it's not revealed, yeah, I think that's what Robert was saying too. Alright, if flag is true and it's not revealed, and then we also want to say just add another if statement in here if well no, because we're in our show we're just well we just want to set flag to false. So I guess we can just, oh, I think I understand what you're saying now. Sorry. So we can say if grid I j dot flag is equal to true, then set it to false. Else. Okay, let's try that. It's this function draw. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a function. We're gonna have to somehow make the function key pressed work. Because the problem with function draw is it doesn't just go once. See, when I do the flag, because it's in function draw, if I hold space, then it just goes off and on and off and on. Because since it's going at 60 frames per second or whatever it is, it's hard to. It's not just, you're not just hitting spacebar once. It's hitting it as many times as your key is held down within 60 frames per second. If that makes any sense. But okay, so we're gonna have to try to make a key press function. P5 key pressed function. Wait, would making a function even work though? Now I'm thinking about it, or would it just be the same issue? Key press only works once. I guess we'll try. I'm just gonna try it with just key pressed and not specifying which key. Okay. Cool. Okay, that fixed it. Okay, so all I did was I'm gonna preview this code. So I got rid of the key is down if statement that I had in function draw, and then up here I said function key pressed, and I just pasted all that stuff that I deleted in function draw into the function key pressed. So now if we go, oops, if we click a flag, we can click it again and it'll go away. Awesome. Let me know if you guys need me to explain that again. But so I just took what I had in here for key is down and changed it to function key pressed outside of function draw. And now I guess technically you could do any key, but yeah. Okay, but I think we could take flags off our to-do list now. So let me know when you guys get that working. Or if you need me to look at your code. Okay. Also, now we need to think of a way to win. A function win. Sure. Can you go up to which part? Here. Just stopped working. After you tried switching it to key pressed, it stopped working. Let's see if I can just... Does it exceed the lines? Yeah, it does. There's the code for the key press function that I just put in the chat. You can't remove mines? You mean, I'm assuming you mean flags. Okay, yeah, you guys can submit your code. Although I think these links are live, so I'll just pull them up. Here's Bob's code. Cool, so you got rid of that. Good, good, good. So I'm not using this key code shift Bob right now. Just so we can move on to something new, I'm just saying if key press, or just function key press. So you can press any key. So basically clicking is for revealing, and any other key on the keyboard is putting flags down. But other than that, so also you're going to want these if statements here, which I put in the chat. So yeah, I would say just copy paste the function, the key press function that I put in the chat. Okay, and now I'll pull up Yawns. Okay, yeah, it's not. So again, I'm not using this key, it's down here. So just delete this curly bracket on 201 and delete this 189. Okay, now I'm looking at yours, Trevor. Go up. Up where? Whoa. I don't think you need any of these curly brackets here. Trevin, this is yours, sorry. I should have put that, but here I'll put it in a... Okay. $174. Ooh, okay. That one's working. Okay, let's just get this right. This should go to there. And then this should close here. Oh. Sorry, Bob. Okay, I'll look at that again. Okay. 175 unexpected token. Not supply. Oh, Jesus, 34. Alright. Well, okay, I want to see if I can. I'll have. since we have to end the stream right now, I'm just gonna have my code sent to all of you, okay? And then you guys can you can compare it and see if you can find all your bugs. And then also, real quickly, so we need a way to win, and we need a flood fill at the beginning. I'm pretty sure you guys are fully capable of figuring those two things out. I mean, there's tons of ways you could go about checking for wins. You could have it constantly checking the whole grid to see if the only unrevealed or unflagged cells are mines. Then in that case you win. Or you can have like a button. You can create a button right here that's like check win or something, and then that will call your win function. But basically you're gonna, similar to how we have a game over function, you're gonna want a win function that just goes through all of the cells and checks whether the cells are revealed or flagged, and if the remaining cells are just mines. And in that case you win. So then you can send it to a win screen or a that's all up to you. You can have a text that shows up that says win, whatever. And then for the flood fill at the beginning, the way I was going to go about doing it, but we ran out of time, was I was going to check to see. So first I made a variable that says move, and if move equals 0, then I said equals 0, then that means it's your first move. So then you check, and I was just going to have it check until it finds the first neighbor count that's 0, and then just call flood fill right there. I don't know if I have all of this stuff. I don't think I do. But, and yeah, so that's basically it. I'm sorry we couldn't completely finish this Minesweeper game, but like I said, unfortunately this is our last class. But if you guys are interested in doing more of these live streams with me, then I think there'll be more announcements about summer camp coming up soon. And I think in summer camp we should definitely be able to finish. We could do all those things that we straw polled last class. So we could try Mario, we could try Snake, we could try I forget, Pac-Man, and yeah. So again, I'll send my code to all of you guys, and maybe I'll even implement flood fill and a winning function. I'll send those to you guys as well. So thanks for joining me in all these live streams, and I wish you guys luck in figuring out those final functions, and hopefully I'll see you during summer camp. So bye guys. Thanks for joining.